Thank you so much for watching this online video tutorial. Like, comment, and share, as well as subscribe to our channel at Good Better Best Online Videos for more video content.
Hi there everybody. Today I'd like to look at multiplying surds. Before we begin, I'd like to just let you know that there are another 2 videos on surds, which is also on our YouTube channel. Please feel free to watch that as well. Let's look at our first example. We have 4 plus square root of 3 squared minus the square root of 48. So what we need to do is we need to multiply. So we are going to expand this bracket and we are going to say that it's 4 plus square root 3 and 4 plus square root 3. And then what we do is we FOIL it. The 2 first terms, the 2 outer terms, the 2 inner terms, and the 2 last terms. And then what we are going to do with the square root of 48 is we are going to break that up into something that can be square rooted. So 16 can be square rooted. So we break that up into 16 times 3. 3 cannot be square rooted, so we are going to leave that in surd form. Or let's say it can be square rooted, but it will give us a decimal. It's not a perfect square, so we won't get a whole number as an answer. And what we are going to do here is we are going to multiply out. And so we have 4 times 4, which is 16. We have 4 times square root 3, which is 4 square root 3. We have square root 3 times 4, which is 4 square root 3. And square root 3 times square root 3 is 3. Alright, so what I want to do quickly is just show you why the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 gives you 3. So the square root of 3 is the same thing as saying 3 to the power a half. So instead of saying the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, I can also say 3 to the power a half times 3 to the power a half. And you know your laws of exponents. When the bases are the same, what do we do to the exponents? We add them. And a half plus a half is 1. So 3 to the power 1 is the same as 3. That's why the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 gives you 3. And what we are going to do now is we are going to simplify further. And we have 16. We added 4 square root 3 plus 4 square root 3. That gave me 8 square root 3 plus 3 minus 4 square root 3. Simplify, and that gives you 19 plus 4 square root 3. Let's look at the next beautiful example. We have the square root of 2 plus the square root of 8 plus the square root of 7 times the square root of 2 plus the square root of 8 minus the square root of 7. So you are going to say, or you might say, well, this is a rather big sum. But what we are going to do is we are going to take it one step at a time. We say square root of 2 and we break up that 8 into something that can be square rooted on both sides. Okay, we're going to break both of them up. And if we say 4 times 2, 4 can be square rooted, and that gives me 2 square root 2 plus the square root of 7, and then the square root of 2 plus 2 square root 2 minus the square root of 7. And that simplifies because I can say that's an invisible 1. So I can say 1 square root 2 plus 2 square root 2 is 3 square root 2 plus square root of 7. And the same thing there, it's 3 square root 2 minus the square root of 7. So what you should pick up here is that we are going to have 3 square root 2 times 3 square root 2. It will give me 9 times 2. Remember, in the previous example, I explained to you why the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 was 3. In this case, the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 will be 2. And then we've got 3 square root 2 times negative square root of 7. And that will give me negative 3 square root of 14. And what happens here is we've got positive square root of 7 times 3 square root 2, which will give me positive 3 square root 14. And then the square root of 7 times the square root of 7 is In this case, it's the positive square root of 7 times the negative square root of 7 is negative 7. Now, minus 3 square root 14 plus 3 square root 14 will cancel, and that leaves us with 9 times 2 minus 7, and that gives us the final answer of 11. Thank you so much for joining us. Please don't forget to share, subscribe, comment, and then join us for the next lesson where we are going to be discussing rationalizing the denominator. I'll see you next time.